Yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie Cox, founder of ACE Community, which is adventure, creativity, and enjoyment. And I'm here with my friend, Martha Neitz, who is with Dr. Soot, Chimney Sweep. And I'm going to be introducing Martha here shortly. But Martha, thank you so much for being here with us today.
I'm looking forward to it, Jackie.
Yes, awesome. Well, Martha is our speaker coming up for our ACE community meeting on Wednesday, September 3rd, which is already next week. We do meet from 4 to 6 p.m. at Bucket List Tavern in Castle Rock. And Martha has years of amazing customer service experience in her business. And so we're going to share a little bit about what she is all about and then what her topic is for next week as well. So I'm going to introduce Martha and then we'll just have a nice, fun conversation. Sound good, Martha?
Sounds good.
All right. So, like many of you, Martha didn't expect to become an entrepreneur. She spent 22 years in the high-tech industry prior to taking over the running of her family business, Dr. Soot Chimney Sweep, Inc. The company was founded in 1989 on old world principles like your word is your bond, which I grew up with those principles as well. So I appreciate that. And a commitment to provide exceptional customer service. In 1999, Dr. Soot Chimney Sweep was a recipient of the Better Business Bureau of Southern Colorado's Excellence in Customer Service Award. Congratulations, that's amazing. Martha's credits include multiple postgraduate degrees and specialty designations, including CSIA, Certified Chimney Technician. Her article, Customer Service Can Keep You at the Top of Your Game, was published in 2019. She has been involved with the Better Business Bureau's Excellence in Customer Service Award from 2000 to 2003 on the core team. She took a break and returned as an evaluator in 2018 and team lead in 2019. From 2020 to 2024, Martha led the core team and evaluators by involving everyone in the excellence in customer service continuous improvement process. So here we are today with Martha Neitz. Thank you so much for being here again.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to share with our audience next week. You don't have to go in too deep because we still want them to come to the meeting, but we'd love to hear, what you're going to share and what's one main tip that you're going to share with them.
Let me put it to you this way. Dogs have owners, cats have staff.
Okay.
And if you look at customer service is a lot like dealing with cats. And that's in fact the core of what I want to share is how customers are like cats. And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay, interesting. I'm super intrigued. That's awesome. That's awesome. And so when you took over with the family business, all those years ago, what was one of the first things you started realizing and implementing about service, and what led you to today that can help you continue with that excellent service?
Empathy.
Empathy. Amazing.
It really comes down to empathy. Just look at it through the customer's eyeglasses.
Sure.
If you look at it from their perspective, because we've all heard about the golden rule, treat others as you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
But that's only the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
The real crux is the platinum rule. And that's to treat customers the way they want to be treated.
Sure.
So it's not only what you're thinking customer service is, it's more importantly about what your customers believe customer service is.
Interesting. And so what have you found along the way that, and maybe it's shifted, and I imagine that it has, as you've gone through the years of what have they realized that they need more of you, like as time has passed?
It really hasn't shifted for our customers.
Sure. Okay.
The core of what they find important is still the same. And in many instances, I think it would be, I'm being interrupted by a dog nose. It comes down to time.
Okay.
All of us come equipped with the same amount of minutes. And so when customers are looking for service, a lot of times they are just frustrated to death by being given a 4-hour arrival window, an 8-hour arrival window. So one of the things that we've done differently from our competition is to identify standard processes and get our time standards down to the point that over 95% of the time, we arrive within a half-hour window.
That is awesome. And
So,
I have been on that other end of being
yes,
frustrated.
and that is one of the things that we really have prided ourselves on.
Hmm. Interesting. And so in the age of ever-changing technology, so are you sending your customers a text then as you get close to arrival, or a phone call, or what is the way of communication
We
so that they
do,
know that half-hour window now?
yeah, that's basically when the appointment is set, because I do not, thank you. The dog is into stuff. I do not give people an exact time. And I kind of kid with them on the phone when I set the appointment saying, if you can introduce me to the person who controls traffic in Colorado Springs, then I'll give you an exact arrival time. But other than
Sure.
that, it isn't gonna happen. So that's why it's always, and even our emails say the arrival time plus 30 minutes.
Oh, plus 30 minutes. Okay, gotcha.
Minutes.
Gotcha. And so you're basically working with scheduling and things like that to try to narrow it down. So you know that your team is available during that window, that half hour window
It's,
ultimately.
it's really down to knowing the drive times and
Mm-hmm.
scheduling. That's the reason why we haven't gotten to the point of being able to let people schedule online. Because we have to
Mm.
control where the schedule is going, where the appointments are located. Otherwise, we can't control the drive time. If we can't control the drive time, then we can't give that half-hour arrival window.
That's fair. Yeah, that's totally understandable. And so what, with your business along the way, the chimney sweep business, and I would love for you to explain to people what exactly you do as well. Um, in the meantime, your business along the way, I mean, obviously you're coming into people's homes. I feel like your business is pretty intimate with people and what they're experiencing inside their home. Do you feel that way or no?
Absolutely. That's one of
Yeah.
the measures that we look for, is the fact that we see ourselves as an invasive force.
Mm,
And so we're
okay.
very attuned to the fact that we have a no mess guarantee. And that is something that we have prided ourselves on for 35 years.
Yeah, that's
And have
awesome.
we screwed up? Yes, we have. Have we made it right? Yes, we have.
Yeah. You say a key phrase there. Have we made it right?
Mhm.
Yes. And so, humans are humans and we're bound to make mistakes. No matter how experienced we are, doing what we do next with that mistake is the best thing we can possibly stand ourselves on.
And that is a a phrase that I have made, which basically is, to me, the mark of a good company is not if they screw up, but it's how they handle it when they do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, all of these things are so in tuned with customer service and building that level of excellence along the way. So we're going to definitely come back to this because we could talk about this all day for sure. Tell us a little bit about your business, though, Martha. Well, and what types of connections are you looking for to continue to grow your business and your referrals?
Well, chimney sweeping in Colorado is an unregulated industry.
Oh,
We're
okay.
we're very small, we're very specialized, and it's a lot more than running a brush. And a lot of
Sure.
people think of Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins and all that kind of stuff when they think about chimney sweeps, which makes professional chimney sweeps cringe.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
bet.
our favorite movie at all. Um, but in reality, what we are is we are safety monitors.
Ah,
We
interesting.
happen, our business was built around wood burning. We are wood burning specialists, and we spent 35
Mm-hmm.
years learning to be wood burning specialists. And
Mm.
for what is perceived to be a very low tech industry, there is a lot of physics involved. Because when
Mm.
we go in, our service includes not just going in and sweeping. That's probably the quickest part of it. It's going in and creating and doing a full inspection, a condition report with documentation, going through the actual sweeping of the system, then using a special camera system to actually image the inside of the flue and check it for structural integrity. Because
Interesting.
frankly, all of the wood burning systems pretty much here in Colorado Springs, unless they are custom builds or rebuilds after Black Forest Fire and Waldo Canyon, are over 20 years old.
Sure.
And that means that they are prone to failure, especially what are called manufactured systems. There are two basic kinds of wood burning systems. One is the very traditional masonry system, where the exterior brick chimney is made out of brick or stone. And inside, where you put the wood, it's brick or stone right up to the edge of the opening.
Sure.
The other type of system is what's called a manufactured system. And they actually started being available in the 50s, but they didn't come into true prominence until probably the late 60s, 70s, 80s. And these are the ones where the external chimney is either the lapped masonite siding or it's stucco. And when you look at the top, it's got a round cap. It's not rectangular or square as you would find with a masonry system.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's a dead giveaway. Not only that, where you put the wood in, there's like a black metal framing around it that's got kind of a louver pattern. What most people, including real estate agents and quite frankly, a lot of chimney sweeps that are not professionals, those are considered appliances, like a stove or a refrigerator or a freezer. They have a design life. And they are considered disposable, even though they're built in, they're considered disposable. So people that think, oh, I've got this, I've got a fireplace, it's going to last forever. Oh, no. The design life is 20, maximum 25 years.
Interesting.
So a lot of the systems that we see, quite frankly, are 35 and 40 years old.
Sure.
So it's not uncommon, like about 20 to 25% of the systems to have bad flues. When that happens, they are not repairable.
They're not repairable, but you replace them.
It means replacing the entire system.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Yep. And that is, it's like a minor remodel.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
it is non-trivial, shall we say.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it. And so how does one find out if that is faulty or starting to be faulty, or you check with you?
That's what annual services are about.
Okay.
Because you can have a manufactured system that's good 1 year, but it's 24 years old. And when we go back the next year, when we use the camera, we see that the seams have started to separate and there's creosote packed in them, which means it's no longer containing the heat or the flue gases. Now, those lapped masonite siding chimneys are made out of wooden frame.
Right.
So that's where it's very important that the flue contains the heat, and carbon monoxide is among the flue gases from wood burning.
Right.
So
Right.
according to everything that we do as far as inspections is according to NFPA Code 211, which is National Fire Protection Association Code 211 Fire Code, and also International Residential Code. So that's where NFPA says, yeah, nope, that flue needs to be, replaced. Now, are there options for people that aren't, 15,000 up? Yes. And one of the things we see a lot of property managers doing is going to taking that system out of service and basically having putting in an electric unit.
Oh, wow.
Now, it's not the same, and it is really taking it out of service. In other words, actually putting an electrical plug or receptacle in the firebox itself And when we do it, we refer out the electrical, we're not electricians. But when that receptacle is put in there, we actually have an engraved plate that we adhesive with construction adhesive into the firebox that says this system is can no longer be used for wood or gas applications. And
Wow.
we also take rock wool, which is a non-combustible substance, and stuff it up the damper or cap off the top of the flue
Sure.
and make sure that it is a known bad system.
Hmm.
And then install
Interesting.
the electric cassette or electric logs.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. And so, I mean, working with them on a annual basis, I mean, it helps to kind of prevent some of that. You
Yeah.
know, I know that you mentioned earlier that your busy season is coming up.
Yep,
Is it
we're definitely
possible to
coming into it.
yeah, is it possible to do some of these checks and things like that in this late spring, early summer into
Absolutely. In
it
fact,
is,
we
but people
encourage
don't want to do it.
they don't think about it, okay?
Oh, okay.
Part of my job is education, and it is
Sure.
the sweeps lament worldwide that
Yeah.
in the northern hemisphere, first and second quarter are the mud months, and in the
Yeah.
southern hemisphere, third and fourth quarters are the mud months. So it's just,
Mm,
it's the inverse. It's just is what it
yeah.
is.
Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. So Martha, let's chat a little bit about your quote that you said in here of you're part of the old world principles and your word is your
Yes.
bond. And
Yes.
so you know, you came into a family business again. I think generations before us brought that
Actually,
forward, right? Or did you brought that
my
forward?
husband is the one who came up with Dr. Soot. He decided
Okay.
he didn't want to work for anybody else after we moved out here from the Seattle area.
Okay.
And he had worked, we both came out of high tech. And when he got here, he did not want to go back into high tech. And he spent a couple of years trying different stuff that did not pay anywhere near what high tech paid. And
Mm-hmm.
so I finally, after a couple of years, said, excuse me, are you making what you think you're worth? And his
Ah,
answer was, I'm making what the market will bear. And I'm going,
uh-huh.
excuse me, how about we do something, different because
Right.
this is not working.
Sure.
So about 3 weeks later, he came home from the chiropractor's office, and this was 1989, which is very common. This happened a lot in the 1980s. And he said, I saw this ad in Mother Earth catalog,
No.
become a chimney sweep. And as I said, I'm working in high tech and I'm like, right, okay. But he talked to me about it and he said the kit is $2,500, which
Okay.
is a lot of money
That
in
was a lot of
1980.
money in 1989.
But I looked at him and I said, yeah, and we're dukes, dual income, no kids.
Yeah.
So we piss away more than $2,500 a year. So if you're gonna fail, fail forward.
Fair. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it, Martha.
credit card in hand. That's how it was started.
Good for
And that
you.
the $2,500 was nothing compared to the 34,000 it took to get the vehicle and the additional tools and
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
all of that. And it took a good 7 years to pay it off, but
Sure.
I
But here you are,
don't think
35
I
years
could,
later.
don't think I could do it again today,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
that's how it was started.
absolutely. But okay, so that's how it started. And so I appreciate that phrase, your word is your bond.
Yeah,
And I come from that. I was raised on that style of thinking as well. And I know in today's world, you know, we need to put contracts in place and things like that. Having said that, do what you say you're gonna do.
exactly.
Yeah.
If not more.
If not more, absolutely. It should always be more, but do at a very minimum, do what
Yeah,
you say you're going to do and follow up on it. And
yeah.
so, how have you seen that progress as you've had, you know, different team members along the way and things like that? How do you teach that to people? Because sometimes it's not always
You
innately, you know, a response.
No, that's part of what we look for when during the hiring process, during the interview
Hmm.
process. We look for, I can teach the skills. That's
Hmm.
not the issue. It's the
Hmm.
attitude. So
Sure.
we hire according to
Culture.
attitude.
Good. Awesome. Okay. Excellent. And so when it comes to then, let's say, traffic became a bear for someone, one of your team members, and they are now, that 30-minute mark is being pushed because something happened in front of them that was beyond their control.
Mhm.
How do you encourage them to handle that situation in the moment, on the spot? Is it a phone call? Is it something else that,
No, the moment they know that they're gonna be outside that window, I expect them to call the customer or call me, and I'll call
yeah.
the customer.
Okay. Okay. And so then how have you seen customers then handle that response? I mean, again, it's beyond your control and things like that, but your word is still
Jackie,
your
it's
bond,
it's
right?
ve it's very simple. If it's beyond our control and they get all fussy about it, they're not our customer because they don't share our values.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I like
I you
that.
know, I have a this may sound harsh, but you
No.
know the story, as do most people, the story of Nordstrom's and the guy bringing
Yeah.
back the tires saying, "The customer's always
Hmm.
right."
Yep.
Well, that's all fine for Nordstrom's because they've got deep pockets. Let me give you my customer service philosophy. My customer is always right, but not everybody's my customer.
Yeah, fair enough. I like that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's true. They do have to, plus they have to, I believe that it's a two-way street when it comes to, relationships with a business and a customer, because the business, there's still people involved. So it always is about relationships, no matter what. And
Yeah.
it also has to be a two-way street. If you're providing empathy, they need to be providing some understanding as well.
Yep.
And so I think that that's a good piece to build a foundation on.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
and it's if you stop to think about it, Pareto works in customer service as well. 20%
Sure.
of your customers are going to take 80% of your time. And those
Absolutely.
are the customers that probably are really not your customers. So
Hmm.
if you're smart, you fire them with grace and style.
Sure. There, I like it. I like it. Awesome. Okay, so what is one thing you want to share with the audience regarding customer service in today's fast-paced world where everybody expects this instant gratification? What's one piece of advice that you can give to kind of overcome that piece of instant gratification?
Be patient.
Yeah,
There's that's just the reality.
right.
Um, if you choose not to be, and you choose to want the instant gratification, again, it's back to values.
Right.
If they don't share your values, they're not your customer.
Sure. Yeah,
We'll,
absolutely.
we'll talk more about that on the third, and there's a process
Yeah.
for that, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so this has been amazing, Martha. And I think that, customer service is such a topic that, it's assumed, but does everybody really understand it? Right. And
Yeah.
so, exactly. And so I think it's a great topic to bring forward. And so again, we are going to be at ACE Community for next week's meeting, Wednesday, September 3rd. We're going to be from 4 to 6. Martha will have 30 of those minutes to share about customer service and her experience along the way. And so we're going to be at Bucket List Tavern in Castle Rock, and I hope you'll join us there. You are able to register for that meeting for free at ace-community.com. Again, ace-community.com, and we'd love to see you there. And by the way, that's our new website, so we're getting pretty excited
Oh,
about that.
cool.
And so there's an official announcement going on about, or going to happen about the website through email and things like that. But our viewers are getting a first peek at it, which is awesome too. So Martha, thank you so much for sharing your time and your expertise. I'm so excited to hear what you have to say even further as we dive into customer service next week.
Oh, thanks, Jackie. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you next week. Take care.